Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my 9th update for my Project Pan for 2024. So I am doing this Team Project Pan style where I roll in stuff if I finish stuff. I'm also trying to do 24 and 24, which we'll talk about a little bit at the end. Don't think we're gonna get there, but that's okay. So let's just get started. I'm actually gonna start off in an unusual way. I'm actually starting off with an item I am rolling in. So I'm gonna be rolling in the iconic London, I think it's just called the Prep Set and Glow. So you can see I'm fairly close to being done this. I think I got this earlier this year or late at the end of very last year with one of the kits, Sephora kits. I don't love this. This has a really high rating and I don't really get it. It's very glowy. I did throw it on earlier this morning. I don't think it really does anything in terms of longevity. It does give you a nice little glow, but you've got to mix it up. So you can see it kind of looks a little just like murky water. There's that little ball in there. Give that little mix and you've got the glow. I prefer, if I'm going to go for a glow setting spray, the ABH glow set. I don't know what it's exactly called, but the ABH one. So we're rolling this in though because it's very close to being done and I think I can finish this by the end of the year. I decided not to roll in a primer because I have a primer in my Partners in Cream. So this is what we're going to roll in instead. Again, I've talked about if I'm going to roll anything into this project at this point, it better be because I'm going to finish it because that's what we're trying to hit, that 24 item, 24 and 24. So rolling this guy in. Next up is the first foundation that I have. It's the Missha BB Cream in the shade number 22. This I am not sure I'm going to finish by the end of the year. I feel like I've got a lot left. I have slowed down on using it. So the weight for this one last month was 50.47 grams. It's now 48.83 grams. That's just a difference of 1.64, which is not a lot. Again, if you've followed my projects in the past, I was using anywhere between 3 to 5 grams a month on the foundations that I use. And this one's just going a lot slower. And this bottle is 50 mils. It's bigger. I still feel like I have a lot left. So I do want to finish this product and I will just roll it into a project next year to finish it out. And I would consider purchasing this product as well. So the other thing that's kind of hindering that a little bit is I did throw in another foundation, which against my rules to have 2 products in one category, but this one's a different foundation, different texture, different shade. It's the Covergirl TruMatte blend in the shade M20, and I was able to actually draw a new line on this guy. So that was pretty exciting because we haven't really had a whole lot of movement on this. I haven't used it. It's one of those things like I talked about, I haven't used foundation because I just have not been into foundation, but at the same time, the shade of this one's really great in the summer, so it's kind of sucked that I just let this one slide, and I really should have thought about that in terms of like at least shear it out, mix it with a moisturizer or something to get the use out of it because it's a great shade for me right now. As we're leading into like fall and I'm outside less, this is not a great shade for me, so that will probably slow down. But, you know, I have gotten some use out of it, and the weight did change. Last month it was 107.81 grams. It's now 106 grams even. That's the difference of 1.81 grams. So between the two of them, I did use like 3-ish grams, but not like, still kind of on the lower end, if that makes sense. Next up is my concealer. So this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Cannelle. I think this is getting bigger in terms of the little hole. I've been trying to focus on, you can see if it focuses. I've been trying to focus on this like one side here and sort of digging closer and closer to the side. So we'll see how long that takes. Again, really feel like I'm probably not going to finish this by the end of the year, which kind of sucks because I really thought I could have. So I'm a little disappointed in that. But I like this product, so it's like a catch-22. But I also have another one that I like the shade better for me for like pretty much all year, whereas this one's really, it's been great like for this time of year. Like I said, it worked really well over the last few months, but I can see coming up into the next few months, it's going to start, the shade's not going to be super great. So last month this was 26.96 grams. It's now 26.77 grams. That's just a difference of 0.19 grams. So definitely going pretty slow. Again, against my better judgment, putting in another product in the same category, but this one was on purpose because I definitely think I can finish this. It's pretty low. It's hard to tell because it's really stuck to the sides. I've tried to like scrape it and I can't really quite get it off the sides, but I can kind of see when I look into it that, again, we're definitely way down in the bottom. I don't know if I said the name of the product. It's the Covergirl TruBlend Concealer in M200. Kind of ironically or unironically, I didn't intend it to, but it matches this sort of. They're both the like warm beige shade. So yeah, I've been kind of playing with this like kind of as a substitute foundation. I've talked about that. I did try to pull the stopper out of this. That did not work. I just created a big ass mess. So the stopper is still in it. I will not be pulling the stopper out of this. I might just use like maybe a spatula to try and get what's down in the bottom, but I'll do my best to get out what I can get out, and then that will be that. So I definitely think this will be done by the end of the year. So last month this was 26.01 grams. It's now 25.18 grams. That's a difference of 0.83 grams. My powder is moving along great. So this is the Marcelle Luminous Face Powder. And like, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but that's all that's left. So I tried to like measure on the side, but it's just not working anymore. But hopefully you can kind of see there's not a lot left. Like, it's very, very, very little left in this container. I've kind of all shook it down. If I shake it down to the one side, where is it? It's hard to see. That's way down here. So like it's way down at the bottom. So if I could draw a line, I would probably draw it maybe somewhere around there. So like we're getting through this. I didn't add any more product to it like I said I would, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to try and finish it out as is. Might be a little deep for the next couple months, but it'd be really nice to finish this out next month, like by the end of October. I don't think that's possible. I'm not going to push it, but you know, it would be nice. So last month this was 42.16 grams. It's now 40.33 grams. That's a difference of 1.84 grams. So again, really great progress on this guy. The bronzer I put in this project was new as of last month. Again, kind of went against my own, like, you know, I've got to put stuff in that I'm finishing, but like I literally have no bronzers that are close to being finished. So we might as well just put one in to get some use. And I decided to pick this one. So this is the Buxom Staycation Vibes in Rooftop Tan. And interestingly enough, like this is 4 grams, which is smaller than the bronzer that I have in my Pan That palette. If you know those quads that I'm using, which look really, really tiny, this looks so much bigger, but it's less product. So it's like, in my mind, when I picked those products, I thought they were small because they're very thin and like there's just no packaging. It's just all product. So kind of deceiving. Anyway, I haven't done the pictures yet, so I don't know side by side what this looks like, but I'll just show it to you anyway. I've been using this on and off. I think I've been focusing a little bit more on my Partners in Cream bronzer than this one. The pattern's starting to fade, but it's still there. The good thing about this is there are 2 shades, so as I get a little bit paler, I can focus a little bit more on the center. Right now, I just kind of swirl it, like, I don't think too hard about it. And I like it. It's a nice shade. It feels nice. It's a really easy bronzer to wear. I am wearing the NARS bronzer today. My makeup's kind of faded already. Like I said, I didn't really, just kind of slap some stuff on this morning and hope for the best. So the most exciting thing about the project is, dun, 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 I have finished my blush. Yay! Yay! Party! I guess the party's over. But yeah, I finally finished it. I ended up using a little spoolie at the end, like when it was just kind of stuck to the pan. I used a little spoolie to lift that off, so that's how I get the remainder off. I mean, there's still kind of like ever so slightly a little bit there, but we finished it. Yay! So I'm super happy about that. I'm not going to roll in a new bronzer into this project because I'll give a reason in a little minute, but yeah, I definitely don't have any other blushes that I'm close to being finished, and I have a lot of blushes that I want to play with, and so I am really happy about this. I would consider repurchasing this shade. I really enjoyed it. I have enough blushes that I don't need to right now, but I definitely would consider it in the future. This was 17.39 grams. It's now 17.12 grams. That's a difference of 0.19 grams, and in total, I had 0.67 grams left to finish this. So it wasn't full when I started. Like, it was already a big pan in this at the beginning of the year. But that one took me a really, really long time. so happy that I finished the blush. Like, I try in my mind, and because I'm not very fast at panning, if I can finish a blush, bronzer, and a highlight in a year, like a full size, I mean, this is not a full size, but finish like one of those in a year, that makes me happy. So the next up is my highlighter. This is a custom highlighter. This pan is actually from a NYX face palette back in the day, and I just added a metal thing in the back. But yeah, this is mostly, I've talked about it, it's the Rimmel Starlight highlighter with a couple, with I think the Carly Bible highlights mixed in. So I've been working hard at this one. You can kind of see there is a dip in the middle there, but still haven't hit pan. I'd really, really like to hit pan on this one by the end of the year. So I have been focusing on this. I use it like, I have it on today, and I've been kind of like bringing it up around, and sometimes like brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight, sometimes eyeshadow. So I am really trying to work on this. It's going slow though. Last month it was 6.67 grams. It's now 6.59 grams. That's just a difference of 0.08 grams. But, you know, keep plugging away at it and, you know, hope for the best. The next project we're getting close at finishing, and it's not going to finish. It's going to be like a finish because I just can't really use it anymore. It's this Estee Edit. It's an eyeshadow stick, but I've been using it as an eyeliner. You can see there's very, very, very little left there. The problem is I use it on my eyeballs, so I'm getting close to that plastic part to the point where like I won't be able to use it. I'll probably try and finish it out by just like as an eyeshadow stick. It's not the best I discovered like for long wear, but I'll probably just use it like as a base for an eyeshadow look here and there, and that's probably how I'll just get the rest of it out, or the rest of it finished. I talked about this. There's actually a heck of a lot more product in this. You can see that, but it's just like, how am I ever supposed to use that? And I can't be bothered. I talked about like, you know, maybe I put something in the bottom there to lift it up. I can't be bothered. Why do that? Why go through that effort? Not really necessary. Not necessary, but kind of an annoyance that there's that much product left in the tube that I won't be able to actually use. But I mean, I don't love this. It's fine. It's not a favorite. It's not like a OG favorite. Try to get everything out of it. I think it came in a kit at one point. So last month this was 12.28 grams. It's now 12.18 grams. So that's a difference of 0.1 grams. Next up we have the eyebrow pencil that weight never changes. Still 9. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't done pictures yet, so I don't know where we're at. We're still, I feel like we've been stunted at this little nub for a while. It feels so small, but I know this product, and it's the, I don't know if I said it's the Winky Luxe. Again, little things stuck there. I have to kind of push it to get it back down in. We'll do our best. I just don't think I'm going to finish this by the end of the year, unfortunately, even though there's so little product left. But this is a product, like I talked about in the panning tag challenge, like I will see this through to the end. I will finish this guy, and I probably will miss it because I've had it in like so many projects, and I've used it for so long. But yeah, so that's pretty funny that guy, it's just... It's the never-ending, I swear it like grows at night in my drawer. Like there's little gnomes in there that like find and pack stuff onto it to make it bigger. So the next product is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. You can see by the packaging, this is an oldie but a goodie. So I goofed on the weight on this last month. I talked about this last month. I'm like, the weights drastically changed. Like I know I did. There was a blurb at one point where like the product wasn't mixed and I like lost a bit, but yeah, the weight last month was clearly wrong. I had 8.61, whereas the previous month was like 10.33, I think, and now it's 10.11. So we're just gonna realize like obviously the August number is wrong. Like just accept it. We've moved down from July. It was 10. Sorry, I have it hidden so I can't see the actual number. It was 10.37. Sorry, and now it's 10.11. So yeah, like. Obviously that number of 861 is wrong. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I haven't, haven't forced myself to really push to use this. I should have, because I could have finished it by now if I really did purposely. Like I forgot to use it today. I could have totally used it today, and I forgot. I am wearing the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I did try and play with that like Petri dish shade. It's a really cool shade, but I just, like, it doesn't seem to stick, or like when you swirl it on your finger, it like has this really cool like iridescent blue thingy. Then you put it on your eye, and I feel like it doesn't quite doesn't give you the boom that you want it or that you think it should. Anyway, slight tangent. Next up is my lip treatment mask from Blistex, and this is getting a little bit more use now. I did kind of stop using it, but I'm back onto using it again. It's getting a little cooler. I've been kind of dealing with a little bit of a cold the past few days, so blowing my nose a little bit more, and this is all getting dry and yucky, so this is coming back into action. But again, I'm kind of looking at the amount of product in there, and I'm like, will I finish that by the end of the year? I don't want to force it. I don't want to like glop it on just to finish it. If I finish it, great. But if I don't, I'm not going to be mad about it. It's kind of in this weird mode where it's like I potentially could finish it by the end of the year if, you know, I use it regularly, but I don't want to force it. Like if I don't want to use it, I'm not going to force myself to use it. So last month this was 16.68 grams, or sorry, 17.68 grams. It's now 17.47 grams. That's a difference of 1.52 grams. The next product is my lip product in this project. It's the Bite Amuse Bouche lipstick in Pepper, and I feel like it's looking real good. Again, like I said, I haven't done the photos, but like we are getting real tiny. And the reason why I'm not putting in a new blush into this project is I'm going to use this. I've used it a few times already. That's kind of why I think I've gotten good progress this past month. I got a little bit more movement than I normally have. And it's because I have used this as a blush a couple times. So if I keep with that progress and use this as a blush a few more times, I don't know if I can finish this, but we're going to get real close. We're going to definitely, I think, see a bit more progress on this. Again, it's a deeper shade for like fall, winter. I enjoy just kind of throwing it on and applying it. I think I'll definitely enjoy this over the next 3 months to really use. Oh my God, there's only 3 more months left in the year. But yeah, so last month this was 7.34 grams. It's now 7.22 grams. That's a difference of 0.12 grams. Next up is my hand cream. This is moving along. It's moving along slow. Again, it's something that could have moved along faster. I remember to use it more often. I just kind of would forget about it, and I used it today, but it's hard to tell because the packaging is very like airy, so it's hard to tell if there's like how much product's in here or not without cutting it open, and we're not at a point yet to cut it open, but you know, you'll know when we're at that point because it'll be cut open. So yeah, I think I can finish this though by the end of the year. I think we're still on track to finishing this guy by the end of the year without like excessively using it. So last month this was 24.54 grams. It's now 19.77 grams. That's a difference of 4.77 grams. The mascara that I'm plucking away at that I have on today, it's the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I enjoy this now. Like it's definitely much better now that it's dried out. I feel like I get a good nice fan effect with it without really getting too clumpy. It's not as volumizing as I would like, but I feel like from a day-to-day in-person perspective, it's very demure. It's very mindful. Is that over yet? I think it's over. I think we're done with that. I always say non-offensive. It's very non-offensive, but still has a bit of impact. So it's a nice, good daily wear, like for the office kind of mascara for my preferences. So would I purchase this again? Probably not. Mostly because I like to play with a lot of mascaras, and I do have a couple like OG favorites. I don't think this has quite made its way into that, but you know, if I got it again, I wouldn't be mad. So last month this was 23.13 grams. It's now 22.87 grams. That's a difference of 0.26 grams. This item, I lost it again. So I'm just kind of like, I was contemplating just pulling it out. It's the lip liner in Contempo from Colourpop. And I lost it again. Like I put it somewhere and then I forget where I put it, and then I just can't be bothered looking for it. And then finally when I do see it, I'm like, there it is. Like, so I was getting ready to go to a friend's place for the weekend, and this was in my like toiletries bag, which I hadn't used. Like I did use when I took home a couple weeks before, but this was like buried in the bottom, and I don't know why it was even in there because I have a separate makeup bag. But anyway, it's still fairly sizable. Like this is not getting finished in 3 months. Like I just know that. And like again, the shade, I'm like, I talked about just like decluttering this by the end of the year. I don't know if I will. It's a unique shade. Like I went through all of my lip liners, and what I have is all like unique. Like each one is different. Each one is a star on its own. Each one is its own little flower. Each one is its own shade. So there's no real motivation for me to remove this because of duplication. I don't hate the color or love the color. Sometimes I want to wear this color and sometimes I don't. So it's like, you know what? We'll see what you know, happens by the end of this year, but this is not going to get finished. I know that. And I just don't see myself decluttering it. This is what the shade looks like. It's definitely like a pinky, definitely a much pinkier, like obviously much pinker than what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing, I want to say Field Day with the Too Faced Pillow Balm from last year's holiday set, the like spiced one. But yeah, so that guy, I don't know, like it's just kind of frustrating because like I'm just not getting the use out of it that I thought I would have. And I'm not making the progress on it that I wish I would have. So last month it was 3.75 grams. It's now 3.72 grams. So that's a difference of 0.03 grams. One good thing is this. So you guys all talked about, like, I would have just given up on this. I'm kind of giving up on it, but kind of not. I did use it 2 more times after last video, and like it's pretty gloppy in the bottom there, and like it just doesn't dry, and it's hard. It's actually really hard to get the product out. So I'm calling it done. Like there's no functional. I definitely cannot get a full manicure out of what's left in here. I could maybe get a couple of nails done. It's just not worth it. So we're calling it. It was the Julep nail polish in the shade Drew. So that guy is done. The shade's a little off on the camera. Like I said, my camera's a little too warm in its settings. This is a bit more of a brighter fuchsia. It shows up a little more duller, I don't know, neon kind of on there. Anyway, last month this was 34.76 grams. It's now finishing at 34.43 grams. That's a difference of 0.33 grams for a total difference of 0.93 grams. So yeah, we definitely got this done. So I'm happy about that. And I did make the executive decision to roll in another Julep nail polish. So I think this is a good idea because I think this is a nice, light, easy color that I can throw on. We're pretty close to the end again on this one. Again, well, I have to see what the texture is because if it's just as bad as this one, maybe this won't be. But yeah, we're going to throw this guy in and try and finish it out. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I think I can finish this out. I think it's a pretty easy, everyday kind of color that I can throw on and not worry about. So yeah, we're throwing in, and this is the shade K. So unfortunately I don't think Julep does nail polishes anymore. I don't know, do they? It was a really awesome thing, but also really bad because I ended up with way too many nail polishes. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is the single eyeshadow that I threw into this project, and we've got really good pan happening on this. I think last update it was hard to like tell that there was pan, but you can definitely see that there is a pan. So again, I think I'm pretty confident that I can finish this out in the next 3 months. Just like with everything, I have to use it. If I don't use it, I can't finish it, which is always kind of the crux of things. So yeah. That's it. That's the last item. So the weight on that has gone down. It was 1.11 grams last month. It's now 1.03 grams. That's a difference of 0.08 grams. So pretty happy about that. So yeah, this project is just trucking along pretty well for me, I think. I think I'm doing okay with it, but I definitely missed, I know I'm missing the target of 24 and 24 unless I like really push at the end of the year, which I just don't really want to do. I know I'm finishing other products. Like I have finished stuff outside of this, so it's fine. Like I said, next year we're not doing 25 and 25 like that. I can call it now. It's not what's happening. We're gonna go back to our simplified, like one blush, one bronzer, like just keep it to makeup, keep it really simple. However, I am toying with that means that I am thinking I'm going to do a nail polish project next year and a lip project because they're hard and I don't finish stuff, but at the same time I feel like I focus a little bit better. I don't know. I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to do another lip project and nail polish project next year. What are your thoughts? Should I do a separate nail polish pan project next year and a separate lip project? Again, I kind of like the idea of my lip projects that I've done where I sort of kind of try and do a balance between panning and use, like rotational use. But I also kind of want to bring back, which I might even bring back sooner than next year, is like the weekly or bi-weekly shop my stashes because I really enjoy doing that too. And I feel like I'm missing that element from playing with my makeup. I've gotten in kind of a little, not a rut, but I haven't just really been sticking with my project pan stuff or my other project stuff, and that's about it. And just sort of ad hoc pulling 1 or 2 things, whereas like I'm not really utilizing the full collection because I'm only pulling the things that I think of like in that moment. That makes sense. Like Anyway, I have that series down below. I can actually link it down below, my weekly project pan that I did last year, where I actually, not project pan, my Shop My Stash, and actually took items, when I pulled them, took them out of my collection so that I could not pick them again, to make sure I didn't leave anybody behind, and not like kept picking my favorites and leaving others behind. I hope that makes sense. I think I'm starting to ramble. So anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.